Good morning, everyone. I wanted to start reading a new book. Uh, the book I'm reading is Habakkuk. We're staying in the Old Testament. It's a short book about a prophet named Habakkuk that lived in Judah. Judah was the southern kingdom. Israel at the time was split up into two different kingdoms, Israel and Judah. Judah was the southern kingdom. It was, I believe, slightly smaller and had Jerusalem in it. So this prophet is named Habakkuk. Um, he has concerns. It's kind of, I don't know why I keep picking books where people have concerns with God, but I think a lot of people everybody has a concern with God or questions at some point. So I think this is a pretty good book for right now. Um, we have Habakkuk who is seeing what appears to be evil people and evil triumphing, and he wants to know why is this happening. So the purpose of the book is to show that God still is in control, even though evil people or evil seems to be victorious or triumph. Again, that kind of goes back to Job. We don't necessarily know. A lot of people are short-sighted and don't see the forest through the trees. They only see what's right in front of them. And I'm guilty of that myself sometimes. A lot of times, actually, I'm human. So I think all of us are. It's human to kind of get worked up. But if we just kind of detach ourselves, take a step back, we might be able to see or understand God's bigger purpose. So I'm going to get into this. It's only 3 chapters. I have another book picked out, I believe, but this will give me a chance to kind of scout that book out where I want to go. Um, this is broke down. The first chapter is broken down into 3 different things. So it isn't like Job, where Job and his friends keep talking and then God finally answers. This is an ongoing discussion between the prophet Habakkuk and God. So we'll break it down then, but I'll answer, or I'll um, say who's talking. So we'll start and with chapter 1 here and get to it. The oracle that Habakkuk the prophet received. How long, O Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen, or cry out to you violence, but you do not save? Why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrong? Destruction and violence are before me. There is strife and conflict abounds. Therefore the law is paralyzed and justice never prevails. The wicked hem in the righteous so that justice is perverted. The Lord's answer. Look at the nations and watch and be utterly amazed, for I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told. I am raising up the Babylonians, that ruthless and impetuous people who sweep across the whole earth to seize dwelling places not their own. They are a feared and dreaded people. They are a law to themselves and promote their own honor. Their horses are swifter than leopards, fiercer than wolves at dusk. Their cavalry gallops headlong. Their horsemen come from afar. They fly like a vulture, swooping to devour. They all come bent on violence. Their hordes advance like a desert wind and gather prisoners like sand. They deride kings and scoff at rulers. They laugh at all fortified cities. They build earthen ramps and capture them. Then they sweep past like the wind and go on, guilty men whose own strength is their God. Habakkuk's second complaint. O Lord, are you not from everlasting? My God, my Holy One, we will not die. O Lord, you have appointed them to execute judgment. O Rock, you have ordained them to punish. Your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrong. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? You have made men like fish in the sea, like sea creatures that have no ruler. The wicked foe pulls all them up with hooks. He catches them in his net. He gathers them up in his dragnet, and so he rejoices and is glad. Therefore he sacrifices to his net and burns incense to his dragnet. For by his net he lives in luxury and enjoys the choicest food. Is he to keep on emptying his net, destroying nations without mercy? So, first 4 verses, you have Habakkuk complaining. He's basically saying, why do I have to keep a lot of some people, a lot of parallels to today. Like, why do we have to keep looking at this violence? Why does it seem that the law is paralyzed? Why are certain people getting away with things? Why is the same person getting arrested and getting let out? Blah, 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 blah. It's understandable. We're human. Totally understandable. But we have God saying, hey, I have a long-term plan here. He's basically saying, I'm going to bring your kingdom, your perverted kingdom that has no justice, no everybody's running buck wild. Here come the Babylonians, who are not godly people at all. He just said their god is basically strength, military might. You know, they gain favor and they love the fact that they're the biggest, baddest dudes, you know, running on the earth at that time. So he's basically saying they're going to come like a wave of locusts and just swallow them up, swallow up the kingdom, and it basically wiped that clean. Um, you know, so then you have Habakkuk basically saying, you're gonna let these people come in that just basically what I want to say, they make gods of themselves, they make gods of their military strength, everything, their punishment. You're going to let us be punished by these wicked people. I'm complaining about people being wicked and not following the law, so you're going to basically have heathens come in, is basically what Habakkuk is saying. My interpretation, you're going to have heathens come in and wipe us out. But and there's probably some confusion there and frustration because they're God's chosen people, and they're going to get wiped out by a band of heathens. Um, so you have that, basically saying you've let men just be like fish, and the fishermen are pulling them out, and the only thing the fishermen, these strong nations like Babylon, all they worship is the net, not you, not so you're gonna put us, you're gonna leave us to that, so to speak. But we're gonna have the Lord's answer and all that. But like I said, it's a quick book. It's only three chapters, so I am going to sign off now. But this one's a little longer. But I wanted to lay the groundwork and the foundation so people kind of understood what was going on. But you guys have a great day. God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching. I like doing this. I like just reading it to people. Kind of keeps me, I hope somebody gets something out of it. So have a great day.